And everyone, welcome to the show, Jameson Tishman, our guest of the night.
Is this the rant room I've been invited back onto?
No, that is a different podcast.
This is a different podcast. So what is this one about again?
Politics.
My favorite subject. All right.
Just give a little introduction on yourself, please.
Okay, so I'm Jay Tishman. I'm 16 years of age, and personally...
Alright, so the topic for today, we are talking about the Trump's threats to move the National Guard into Chicago.
Yes, I actually heard about that. So,
Any opinions on this?
Personally, I don't agree with it, but how about I put it down for y'all?
Let's put some facts on the table.
Okay. So, I can give a brief summary about this. So, Trump is not agreeing with what's happening up in Chicago. There is a bunch of rebellions and really it's just protests against immigration right now that ICE is doing. And so they're trying to move National Guard up to Chicago to deal with them for civilian enforcement activities, which should be the police's job, unless they're under the Insurrection Act, which hasn't been used for a long time. That's what I mostly know.
So the Insurrection Act is a law that the president can pass in a state of rebellion that allows them to put federal troops in localized areas like this to function as the local police. And basically what this applies to this situation is basically exactly what Trump is trying to do. He's trying to move the National Guard of Texas up to Chicago, Illinois to help enforce these laws and stop these protests about the ICE and immigration.
Yes, that's actually a really good definition of that. I haven't thought about that in a long time recently because it hasn't really been in politics for a long time. Last time I looked at it, but this is really connecting to him being a chief, executive chief, where he enforces laws. It's really connecting to that, but really it's not doing enough for our country because he's enforcing a law or trying to enforce a law that's only going to go against of what he thinks is wrong. So there's also a part about this is that the two cabinets should be really dealing with this, especially the Department of Homeland Security, being how they manage national safety as well as immigration, but also the Department of Defense. They're supposed to advise over the U.S. president, which they're really just giving him all the power. Really, the Supreme Court is the only one telling him no. The Department of Defense is not telling him no. They're allowing whatever's happening. So
in other ways, it's connected to the Department of Homeland Security is that a lot of the personnel that's at risk right now in Chicago is ICE property and ICE employees. And the reason that a lot of this protest is going on at these facilities is because of their immigration policies going on right now.
Okay, so the Department of Defense is connected to how the military is trying to be deployed for civilian law enforcement, which they aren't allowed to do unless the Insurrection Act is upon us, but it isn't. So, the National Guard is a reserve component for the U.S. military, and it's trying to be deployed up there. But they are trying not to deploy it because of the DHS personnel. Because if they do, they're more likely going to get them there.
So I just want to get a little from you. Like, why do you disagree with that statement that, bringing in this National Guard could suppress this rebellion going on?
It wouldn't do anything. It just adds fuel to the fire. As one of the judges said, adding troops, American troops to Chicago just to ease out these rebellions, it would only make them worse because people would find it as a sign of the government going against their first right. First right being freedom of speech. So, being to that, if they were to add fuel to the fire, wouldn't this cause more outbreaks in the country? More people to see this as something our president isn't allowing our country to do because he thinks that we're not for what he's saying?
Interesting opinion. Thank you for coming on the show, Jay Tishman. Can I get a round of applause?
Thank you. I'm gonna take my leave now. Just make sure.
Yeah, can you please leave?
Just make sure the paparazzi doesn't follow me now.
Just get out.
Taking the coat.
That's fine. Just leave, please.
Yeah. You have a good day now.
All right, that was another episode on the rant. That was another episode of Political Parties Views.